Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. It's the end of the week. Hope everybody is getting ready for a nice weekend ahead. I think Shigz has just got back from work, so thank you for jumping on, mate. Really appreciate it.
No, my problem. No problem, bro. Always a pleasure when Liverpool win to talk about them, so it's good.
There we go, mate. You've just said it. Liverpool have actually won a game of football, which is something that me and Shigz haven't really spoken about much at all this season. Yeah, so when these chances come, we have to take it up. But just a quick one. Obviously, this podcast is proudly sponsored by SPORTENING, the best football app out there at the minute. And we have a group chat on there where we all talk about Liverpool scores, transfers, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to join the group chat and our growing community, use the link in the description to download SPORTENING and you'll be straight in our group chat. So, Shigz, we won a game, mate. 3-0 away in Amsterdam. Yeah, when you saw that lineup, mate, how'd you feel?
Bro?
Say again, bro.
Trent in the team.
Trent in the team, mate. There you go. The man that you have been very critical of this season. So, yeah, what was that lineup that, when we always talk about the lineups when we start this podcast. Yeah. So, when you saw that team, mate, was you confident that we were going to get the job done?
No. I in the preview and another panel, I said it would be 1-1. So I was pleasantly, well, not in the first minute. In the first minute, it was a bit scary, but we grew into the game, and like I said, I think Nunes makes a difference to our attack already. You can see it. Say
it again, bro.
I said Nunes makes a difference to our attack. Listen, you've heard me many a time. I've backed the guy since he came here. Like, it's just like, I don't know why people are on his back, but he did miss a chance, but he's a thorn in the defender's side. You can see it. Like, every time he plays, he gives the defenders other things to think about other than just Salah to think about, which is helpful to Salah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Just on the back of that comment that my good friend Kev's put, here we go. Proof of me watching the game at Alton Towers. I was in a queue, ready to go on a ride. I was at Alton Towers for Scarefest.
Are you going anywhere this Saturday or Sunday, bro? You should be going somewhere.
This is the thing, Shigz. When I'm not at home or when I'm not at the ground, Liverpool win. Like, to be fair, they've won both. Actually, no, we drew to Palace. Oh no. The games I've been to this season, we drew the Palace one. Then we beat Ajax. I was away in Portugal. We won the 2 games there. I was at Alton Towers. We won the game. So just a quick backstory on that one. One of my friends has absolutely no interest in football, and he was getting dead mardy at me because it's the first time I'd seen him in a long time, but I was watching the game on the phone. And I was like, don't invite me out when Liverpool are playing. Like, that's the moral of the story. Because it's got. If I knew that Liverpool were playing beforehand, I would have said no.
You would have seen me.
Yeah, but anyways, I was watching the game. I think there's about 10 minutes of the game that I missed. I saw all the goals, and it's good because again, I had a nice day and Liverpool didn't ruin it. When I went away to Portugal, I was thinking, that Man City game is not looking good, but we went and won, so it was like it was incredible. But anyway, that's for a different story. Let's get back to the game, the team. To be honest, mate, when I saw the lineup, again, it was just, I don't know, man. I'm always confident. I always back Liverpool to win games like that. I always will, no matter what form we're in. But at the minute, it's kind of hard to, especially when you see that midfield and Thiago's not in there. You're thinking, where's that creativity going to come from? Where's that spark going to come from in that midfield? But Jurgen Klopp has confirmed that he's back. So we'll get onto that in a bit for the Leeds game, which is brilliant news. But I was, because we only needed a point to qualify, I was more confident that we would get that. I didn't think we'd lose there, but we only need a point. And to get the point and to get the win, that means we've got a game spare on Tuesday night against Napoli, which again is a huge bonus because now we can pretty much do whatever we want. Stress-free game. We're already into the knockouts. But first half, mate. I mean, we've got to talk about the negatives to this game as well because we can sit here all we want and pretend that it was a perfect, easy 3-0 win, mate. Happy days. But let's be real, mate. That first 30, 35 minutes, what the heck happened, bro?
Bro, it looked like we'd never played together. It looked like we'd never played together. I actually have no explanation for that, bro, because it was like, what's happened to these guys? You know, like what's that film where they Space Jam, where they touch the ball and then they just lose all powers. That's what it looked like, bro. I don't like. Sometimes I'm just like, what's happened to these guys, man? And it just felt like it took them a little while to get into their stride. And sometimes as well, European football is a little. The tempo is a little bit different. So, because Ajax came out like a house on fire, like they literally came at us, and I think it was a little bit when they hit the post in the first.
Oh my word!
I was thinking, this
long game.
Yeah,
long game, man. Not another one, man. Can we just not like?
I was just like, and then they kept attacking us and but luckily we withstood it and took the lead before we should have been 2-0 up before the halftime, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, it was the Ajax goalkeeper had a moment of madness, and mate, I don't know why he came off his line that quick. I don't know why, but listen, thank you, mate. Thank you. But in overall, it was. But yeah, first half was abysmal.
Yeah, they hit the post like you said in the first 2 minutes, and after that moment, you'd think like Liverpool would wake up and get back into the game. But it took us 30, 35 minutes. It was disjointed. It was nothing new to us, mate, because this is how we've started games all season long. It's just unfortunately some games this season we've obviously conceded first. Yeah.
But I can't put my finger on it as to why that is, bro, because it's not like it's, like sometimes if you're a newly formed team, obviously you don't gel in the first, but we've been together for what, like 4 or 5 years, bro. I don't understand like how they get so jittery in terms of just making 5-yard passes to each other.
Yeah. Well, yeah, look, we'll talk about individuals in a minute, and I think there's one that we need to heavily discuss, but let's look. We're all sat here saying about Nunes and how good he is, but I saw the miss, and I knew as soon as I went on Twitter, I would see everyone laughing about it, joking about it. But I also thought, like, if he's getting the chances, of course, I'm not excusing that miss. I would have scored that. You would have scored that. But as long as he's getting the chances and we keep like setting him up, he's going to score. So. Yeah, it was a shocking miss. It was terrible. Like, any striker in world football should be able to score that. But I also just felt like, okay, the next one he'll probably score. Or if we give him a couple more, he'll score. And obviously, we're skipping a goal here. We'll get back onto Nunes' goal in a bit. But yeah, that miss was shocking. It was an absolute howler. But like I said, I liked how we didn't just like kind of get disheartened by that. And we kept going and we went again towards the back end of the first half. And it seemed like the last few minutes of the first half, we did click and we did get it right. And that ball from Jordan Henderson was really good outside of the foot, straight into Salah, who, like you said, the keeper, I don't know what he was doing. He was just in no man's land, and Salah, first touch, gets over him. So, really good goal. And Shigz, we've said this on other streams, mate, on other channels, but Mo Salah, like, they're the positions you want him in, aren't they? Right mid, like, okay, fine, his creative numbers or whatever on the eye look good, but come on, we've got eyes. We can see the game ahead of us. We want Mo Salah in front of goal, don't we?
All the time. That's when he's the most dangerous. Like people seem to belittle his finishing, his record in front of goal. It's like he's one of the best goal scorers in the league and has been for the last 3 or 4 seasons. It's not even like it's not even like it's what's it called, biased. The numbers prove it. But it's just for whatever reason, we haven't been able to get him into those positions. Now, thankfully, I think as well with Nunes, when Nunes plays, it takes a focus. Not that it takes a focus off him, but they have more to think about than just Salah. So they're able to focus their attentions on him as much, and that way he's able to drift and get into positions whereby he's able to cause the other team problems. And from about half an hour in or after that, he was able to do that. Excuse me, do that constantly, which is good and bodes well. I don't know whether when the Leeds game where it is, whether it's home or away, but it's just
Home.
okay. Well, wait, we should beat them, but I say should with a bit of trepidation. But hopefully, if Nunes plays, we he seems to be like a bit of a battering ram up top because he likes to run in behind. He can hold up the ball. His hold up play isn't the greatest, but like we said, as for Salah getting the first goal, got on a goal, got an assist as well. So hopefully that bodes well for the Leeds game. It's going to be important because we need to make up ground on the other teams above us that when we dropped points last Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, mate. And just on that, right? It is at home tomorrow. It's at night, which is weird. It's like 7:45 on a Saturday. I don't know why that is, but I was on Grizz Card's channel yesterday on Young Bucks, and my mate Ohms. I'm gonna steal what he said, but listen to this shit. This is crazy. So daytime and nighttime games for Liverpool this season. Brighton daytime we drew. Rangers nighttime we won. Arsenal daytime we lost. Rangers nighttime we won. City nighttime we won. West Ham nighttime we won. Forest daytime we lost. Ajax nighttime we won. So why is Liverpool's results impacted on whether it is day or night? Like why?
Vampire business.
Honestly, it's weird. Like if you look at all our results this season, most of the time in fact, I think all the nighttime games, apart from Napoli away, we've won. And I'm not looking for excuses, but it is those terrible early kickoffs that. Going back to the Forest game, I don't want to talk about this too much because we've already done a podcast on it. But seeing that game was 12:30 with the team we had available, I was never confident.
No, and you know what else it was? Is that white flipping kit, bro?
Mm-hmm.
It's like they come out.
The green kit is so nice.
They wave the white. They're literally waving the white jersey, saying we're gonna get no mass. Basically,
it looks like Colgate toothpaste, bro. That's what it looks like. That's what it reminds me of, mate. Honestly, they should never wear that kit again, man. It should just be.
I'm not gonna lie as well. When I saw we was gonna be playing in the green kit, I had a little bit more hope. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
we might actually do something.
That white kit is one you get at the end of the season on the sale when it's £20. No one's buying that for £80-90. But anyway, that's a different discussion. And then second half underway, mate. Darwin Nunes. I've just got to read out about Darwin Nunes, right? There's a lot of stats I've seen recently of Darwin Nunes, but this one is very interesting. So goals in their first 13 appearances for Liverpool. Luis Suarez scored 4, Sadio Mane scored 6, Darwin Nunes scored 6, Fernando Torres scored 7, Diogo Jota scored 8, and Mo Salah scored 8. So Darwin Nunes is on the same as Sadio Mane, 2 more than Luis Suarez, only 1 behind Fernando Torres, and only 2 behind Mo Salah and Diogo Jota. So what's the issue here, Shigz?
Because he's not eye candy. That's why. He's not aesthetically pleasing to the technical ability footballers that like to watch football, people that just have a nice touch. He's not that kind of guy. He's the kind of guy, listen, put it in the 18-yard box. I'll get a head on it. I might hit the post. I might miss, but I'm gonna be there. That's my area of expertise. That's where he operates. So we know what I think the team is realizing what he's about. Just put it in the box, he'll get there some way. And at the end of the day, it's not about, obviously, a lot of comparisons have been made with Jesus. Jesus is his build-up play is great. But at the end of the day, as a striker, you are judged on how many goals you got in the season. So if he plays awful outside the area, but he ends up getting 18 goals a season, that's a successful season. Even if people say, his link-up play is stinky. His job is not for link-up play. His job is to score goals. The link-up play and the finesse outside, that's a cherry on, that's an icing and cherry on top.
Yep.
But he's got the hardest, you know what they say, the hardest thing in football is to score goals. And he does that with aplomb. So
yeah. And you've also got to factor in that he's coming to a side that is a bit more like disjointed and in transition to what the other guys that I previously mentioned did. Like, Diogo Jota comes into Liverpool. I'm not discrediting him, but he came into a Liverpool side that had just won the league. So it's it's far easier for him to come in and do his job than
Yeah.
Darwin Núñez, who doesn't speak the language, who's only really had one breakout season at Benfica, and now he's got to come in and play for one of the teams that has aspirations to be the best team. It's difficult.
He doesn't look phased by it though.
No. I love Darwin Núñez, and you know that we've all backed him on other things. And when people have criticised him, like there was all sorts of stuff going around on social media. I'm not gonna call anyone out, but you probably know who I'm referring to. But and I quoted the tweet straight after he scored, like, why after he misses one chance, why is everyone on his back? Like, he's getting chances and he'll score for chances.
Why that, bro? Because there was a number of people that get on his back. And I just tweeted, I wonder what would happen if Núñez weren't playing. It don't matter about it. Yeah, it does.
Look at Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
No presence up front against Forest. We had Mo Salah, Harvey Elliott, and who else?
Firmino.
Firmino,
yeah. But the thing about it was, with them type of games, you need that focal player because you don't have the guile to be intricate in them when teams do that 4-5-1 thing. Sometimes it might be a case of, and this is where Trent comes into good use, is whip it in, Núñez gets a nod down, Salah gets onto it. Because even though we didn't have Núñez, we still created opportunities from corners.
Yeah.
Van Dijk should have scored. Trent had a chance. Salah had chances. So even though we didn't play, that performance was probably a 5 or 6 out of 10. We still had chances to get at least a point, and we didn't, because our finisher wasn't the greatest. We weren't able to take it. So, going forward, hopefully, when Núñez is in the team, I'm trying to think: has there been a game that Núñez has played in that we haven't scored in? I'm trying to think. Not to my memory. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but every game he's played, we've scored in. Not necessarily
Everton
might have scored.
Everton 0-0, I think.
Yeah, but that again, that was that game we should have scored. Like hit the bar, hit the post.
Yeah. So he was still causing chaos.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it bodes well, and it's only. I'm gonna say this: this World Cup break might actually do us a favor. It might actually do us a favor.
Yeah. You know what? Like, there's been a lot of stuff going around about that and how our players going there, whatever, it could be bad for them. But Darwin, Uruguay are there, I think, because I think I've got them as one of my teams in the sweeps they come in. So again, I'm going to be rooting for Darwin all the way in that as well. And that, again, that might do him some good as well in that. If he can score 1 or 2 more goals in the World Cup on the big stage when everyone's watching him, that could do the wonders for him. But the goal in this game, really good cross from the corner, and Núñez, nods it in, and he's not going to miss from there. Well, he could have because he missed the first one, but anyway.
I had a feeling he would against Ajax because he knocked them out last season as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And just to finish on Darwin, just for this bit. 6 goals, 1 assist in 636 minutes. That's a goal or an assist every 90. So there we go.
How can you complain about that?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. But he had a third goal. Probably my favourite goal, to be fair, of the night. I'm not going to lie. Even though we're already 2-0 up, I was in the car by this point watching it on my phone.
Yeah.
When Harvey scored this goal, I don't know why, but this kid, like, when I see him do well, I just get so happy because he's one of our youngsters that going well this season. People have like come for and criticised, but I think it's overdone. I think Harvey's been really good this season, and to score that on his right foot, the ball from Mo Salah first of all was incredible.
He nutmegged the guy.
Yeah, and then Harvey finishing it from there on his right foot, showing everyone exactly what he can do. Back-to-back Champions League games now he's scored in. Look, he's a brilliant young player, and whether he's going to be centre mid, right wing in the long term, who knows? But
he's influential.
And when he's in a senior team with those guys around him, I think we see the best of him. Obviously, like Forest, when he had Carvalho and Curtis Jones in there, I don't know. I think he played a bit within himself, even though he was probably still our best player by a mile on that day.
Yeah.
When you put the best Liverpool players around Harvey Elliott, you really see him flourish. And yeah, really good goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, lovely ball by Salah. Took it well. I was surprised because he's normally he's not that good with his right foot. So obviously he's been working on it in training. So listen, I'm not Elliot's biggest fan, but I will give the guy praise when he deserves it because what is he 19? So it's not that I'm not his biggest fan, but I
Yeah,
just think like sometimes the media overhypes him. But listen, he fully deserved his goal second half because he was one of the standout players. Like he's not afraid to get the ball and try something, which is good to see. Hopefully he's learning off Thiago in training and stuff like that. But yeah, good on him, man. Like I hope he continues this upward trend of scoring. We need in the Champions League. Hopefully he can now put that towards the Premiership. Because Lord knows we need people that can score goals in the Premiership. But yeah, it's
yeah,
well, look, for all the crap and all the rubbish that we've put in the league and stuff, we've still managed to qualify into the knockouts. I know people say it's not that difficult of a group, but listen,
it,
look at they're struggling to qualify. So their group ain't the hardest either. So listen, with a game to spare, we put it to bed. The way the way it started, it didn't look great, but they've shown their caliber and got through.
yeah. I think that when people said that, like I did predict we'll top the group before a ball was kicked, and we're probably not going to top it now. I think we'll have to beat Napoli like 3-0 or something, which could
Yeah,
happen, but
4-0 at
I don't.
least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I doubt it. But I think after that first game against Napoli, that put us in a really bad position because if you drop points in any of the other games, then it's pretty much guaranteed to go down to the wire.
mm.
And we didn't do that. Like you said, we bounced back, we dusted ourselves down, and yeah, we beat Rangers 2-0, slapped Rangers 7-1, beat Ajax 3-0, and then beat them at home as well. So I think the response was really good.
Mm.
And look, like you say, the league is one thing. It's probably done now in terms of winning it, at least. We're not going to win it. But
I told you top, bro.
yeah, it's going to be a battle for top four. But I think this team could be, for this season at least, suited to those one-off
Cup game.
European or cup games. Yeah, because we've seen it. Look how we turned up for the Man City game, and in a Premier League perspective, this is terrible for us because we showed that we could turn up against Man City, but then a week later we went and lost to Forest. But
Yeah.
if you do that in the cups, if you get big teams and you turn up for those games, those one moments for those 90 minutes, you give absolutely everything. You're probably going to go deep in the cup.
Mm.
The bad news is for us finishing second. I don't know if you've seen, just quickly before we move on to tomorrow's game, have you seen our potential opponents?
No, but I know it's either Bayern,
Yeah. All right.
PSG.
I'll read them out. If we finish second, which is the most likely scenario, as it stands, obviously the other groups could change, I think. I don't know. But as it stands, it's Club Brugge, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, or PSG as
Oh,
the round of 16.
please give us Club Brugge.
So
Please.
yeah,
But yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. But you know what? Look. At the end of the day,
you have
one,
to play the best.
yeah, and you put yourself in that position. So whoever we get, we have to deal with. I pray it's not Madrid because Vinicius will do us over again. But I take
None
my.
of this Real Madrid revenge mission. No,
I
I
don't
don't
want to
want to
hear
see it, man.
none of that
No,
talk. Listen,
all these people were giving it last season, and look what happened,
nah,
man.
if we get Madrid, it's over. I'm telling you that now. I know Salzburg. Not Salzburg, Leipzig beat them. The only way we beat them is if we play like we did against City. That's the only way. If we
I
do this
hate that
toe to
club.
toe, we're gonna get eaten alive. So
I hate
we'll
that
see.
club, man.
But listen, you've made your bed. You have to lie in it now. You put yourself in this position. So
Yep.
you know what I mean. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I agree. I think, like you say, the Madrid one would be very tough. But any of those other games, like I say, I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool turned up for those and got a result. I really wouldn't. Obviously, they're going to be very difficult. All of those.
Yeah.
PSG are on fire at the minute. Bayern Munich, I think, are slowly turning a corner. But they're all tough games. But there's no easy game in the Champions League, in my opinion. Even if you get like a lesser side, I still don't think there's any guarantees.
Yeah, there's
Um,
no, there's not.
but Jurgen Klopp, just finishing on Champions League before we turn to tomorrow's game, Jurgen Klopp did say, mate, after the Champions League final, that the next final
We'll
is in
see you in
Istanbul,
Istanbul.
so everyone needs to book their tickets. So after this game, I'm going on the hotel sites and seeing if I can book my place at Istanbul, mate. That's what I'm gonna do. I would have told you, mate. 7's coming. Look, 7 is coming. I'm
Listen,
telling you, bro.
if he was to get number 7, he would shut a lot of people up. But
Yeah,
I'll believe it when I see it.
fair enough. I'm being a bit silly. I don't know if it will come. We definitely have to get so much better because against those top sides, we can't give
We'll
them the
get in
chances.
alive, bro.
Yeah,
Could you imagine if we play like that against like we played against Napoli, against Bayern or PSG?
Yeah, if Mbappe has that chance that Berghaus had, it's a goal. So we need to obviously improve a little bit.
But
and maybe invest in January.
It's weird. As long as we don't play in that white kit, we seem to up our levels.
Yeah, but you know what? As well, this is another point. I think obviously before we next play in the Champions League, we do have a January window, so maybe we'll see something in that. Maybe the club will think.
I'm not holding my breath with these guys.
Something's got to be brewing, man. Something has to be.
Let's see. I'm not gonna hold my breath.
I'm not either, but it would be very disappointing if there wasn't something because, like I said, we basically spent what we made, and there are a lot of positions where we thought we were going to get somebody in and we didn't. So let's see what happens. And like I said, if we want to boost our chances, like look at last season, we signed Luis Diaz, and he was a pivotal part in us winning both the cups. Yeah, so maybe we think to do something like that again. I don't know.
We'll see.
Moving on to tomorrow then, mate, because I didn't want to keep this super long. Yeah, how you feeling, mate, going into that game? Leeds United in a bit of a meltdown. I think Jesse Marsch is pretty much on his last chance now. I'm just glad they didn't sack him before this game, to be honest, because they would have had some crazy
new manager bounce.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, are you confident, mate?
Yeah, but Liverpool are Jekyll and Hyde now. so it's I'm as confident as I could be, but we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a draw, but I wouldn't be surprised if we win either. Like, do you get what I mean? It's not a given.
Yeah.
But I think we've got, I would say 80% chance of winning. But again, just need to start putting these teams to the sword how we used to start. But it depends what type of how we start. Hopefully we start with like a house on fire. And I hope I know Robertson played against Ajax, so I hope Zeus comes in for this game to kind of obviously, because I don't want anybody any further injury. So, and Gomez, I'd keep the same. I can't believe I'm saying this, but other than Zeus, I'd keep the same back line the way it is.
If you're wondering who's calling Zeus, that's his nickname for Costas. He calls him Zeus. So yeah, I agree. I'd like to bring Canate back in at some point. Maybe the Derby game or the Napoli game are better because obviously the Napoli game we're ready for anyway, and then Derby can't.
Yeah, I think I'd bring him back in. I'd bring him back in the Napoli game just because I think he does better in Europe. Not to say he does better, but he would be able to deal with the physicality of Osimhen better than Joe Gomez.
Yeah, that's true. Klopp, like I mentioned earlier, did say that Thiago is back for tomorrow, so that's a big boost. Will he start? We'll see, because I think it depends on how much he's trained. So if he was back in training today or yesterday, you'd expect him to start. Hendo, we have to wait a little bit. It's a knock. He was a bit stiff yesterday, but I expect him to be okay. Is what he said on Hendo after that little knock. What else did he say? I'm just getting the quotes up now.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty much it. Obviously Jordan Henderson as well cleared, and I don't want to get into too much of this, but he's cleared of any accusations that were thrown at him. So that's also good news. But yeah, so with all of that, mate, what is your lineup that you'd go with for tomorrow against Leeds United?
So Alisson in goal, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk. I would actually put Zeus in for that for this game, because him and Nunes seem to have a good link up. Midfield, I would go with Fabinho. This is where we're lacking, man. I would, if Henderson is fit, I would start with Henderson, and then I would have Fabinho, Henderson, and Elliott. Then Firmino. Nunes and Salah. But kind of have like a 4-4-2 kind of way we've been playing.
Yeah.
Or 4-5 or 4-2-3-1 kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I get you. To be honest, mate, I would just go. I'd probably, Costas I think should come in because, like you say, Robert's played a lot of minutes.
Yeah, and
So
he just
I would
as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't want to risk him. But I would bring Thiago back in. I don't know who for, either Henderson or Fabinho. Probably Fabinho, to be fair. I'm sorry, but Fabinho, like,
He's still
has
nicking a
been as
living.
bad as Henderson this season, if not worse, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Nobody
Right.
seems to really care about it. But I would drop him, play Henderson, Thiago,
The
Elliot.
only reason that I would push back on that is because they're both either one's still come back, just come back from injury, and one's carrying a knock. So you don't want us to be labouring in midfield.
Yeah, that's true.
The only reason I'd put Fabinho and then one other.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I get that. So yeah, I would consider that then, and maybe go with the back four: Ali, Simi, Virgil. Gomez or Ibu. Yeah, I'd probably stick with Gomez for this one, and then Trent, and then oh wow, no, not Hendo. Thiago, Fab, Elliot, Firmino, Nunes, Salah. I think that's pretty much what I'd do.
That's what we've got.
That's it, mate. We're not sport for choice. Obviously, you can maybe think about Carvalho, but I'm not sure. And then that's pretty much it. Konate's on the bench. Jones is back on the bench. And then apart from that, we ain't got much to deal with. But just finally, mate, do you have a score prediction on what's going to be tomorrow?
I'd say 2-0 Liverpool.
Scorers?
Nunes and Salah again.
Okay, I like the sound of that. I'll say 3-1 Liverpool. I'll say
I want that clean sheet, man.
Listen to this. Nunes hat-trick.
Oh, okay. What?
And then
FPL, yeah?
Yeah, man. Well, I need to sort it out because I don't know if Haaland's playing or not because I think he's got a foot injury or something. He's got a knock, yeah.
Oh, that guy's been guaranteeing me points for the last 6-7 weeks.
I know, man. I know. So it's a bit sticky because I don't know if to take him out or not, but I'll probably just leave him in anyway, even if he's injured.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have to get him back in, aren't you? So it makes no sense.
He's my captain.
Yeah, but maybe look, I don't know if Nunes is going to score a hat trick. Probably not, but he'll feast against Leeds, I believe.
Yeah, and that's why I want Tsimikas to play because his crossing is a lot better than Robertson's in terms of.
Way better. Yeah. No, I hear you. And set pieces as well. I think obviously Robbo got the assist. I think to Nunes on Wednesday, but most of the time Tsimikas' set piece delivery is on point from the corners, and he's probably our best corner taker. So yeah. I agree with you, mate. Yeah, so guys, that is going to be it for this stream. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And if you have, please like the stream and smash that subscribe button because we're trying to close in on 300. I think we're 16 subs off. So please make sure you do all those things. Download SPORTENING, join the group chat, the link in the description. And we will see you guys for the match review after Leeds United. So take care and we'll see you next time.
Have a good evening.